Okay, so I'm going to walk you through a review article. This is a movie review article. We have the title of the movie in the headline, No Other Choice Review, okay? So it's very clear that this is going to be a review of a product, whether it's a movie, a music, an album, an art show, a product, a restaurant, right? You just want to make it clear for the reader what they're going to read. You have the byline, Manohla Dargis, who's actually a pretty well-respected film critic. We begin with a general overview of how the film impacted the viewer or impacted the reviewer. Capitalism giveth and capitalism taketh away, right? So Manohla Dargis here is starting with a grand claim about the big idea of the film. Remember, this is not just an opinion, I like the movie, I didn't like the movie. This is an analysis. What does it mean, right? What is it and what does it mean? Okay, so we have this big declaration of the message of the film. That's one of the cold, familiar truths in Park Chan-wook's cruelly, ostentatiously comic No Other Choice. So you can see here that the writer is using opinionated language, cruel, ostentatious. It is a subjective understanding of the film. This is not just a report. It's not just trying to be fact-based, but it's also offering Manohla Dargis's or the reviewer's experience, how they understood it. Okay? So a modern day freak out, okay, this is again the opinion that Manohla Dargis has of the movie. It's a freak out. The movie centers on a middle class family who comes with the usual fixings, including a loving wife, 2 cute kids, in a prettily situated house. Outside, so we have both some facts about what happens in the movie, but it is framed with the opinion that Manohla Dargis is giving it. That's the first paragraph. You can see in the next 2 paragraphs, we kind of have the nut graph here, where the reviewer, the writer here, is giving us some background information about where the film comes from and also summary of the movie. Sorry. So we have No Other Choice is a brutal story for brutal times. Again, that's just that opinion. It's based on Donald E. Westlake's 1997 novel, The Axe, about a manager at a paper company who, after he is laid off or downsized, ends up taking matters into his own hand. Okay? So we have the background information and a plot summary of the book. Okay, only to be summarily redundant. We just have, these are the facts. Adapted by Park and a handful of other writers, the story tracks Man-Soo from impotent stasis to flamboyant instability. The story cranks up just as the new owners are taking over the company. Again, this is the nut graph. This is just a description of the plot. What happens? Then we have some analysis, and this is where Manohla Dargis is thinking about the movie. What does it mean, and how does that film execute its intentions, right? The company's industrial production, from pulp to paper, serves as a sly metaphor for labor itself. All right, so Manohla Dargis, the writer, is interpreting the movie. This is not just what happens in it, this is what it means. When Man-Soo walks the floor, the image of him amid the plant's fearsome, relentless moving parts evokes Charlie Chaplin in his 1936 masterpiece, Modern Times. Okay, so Manohla Dargis is making a connection with this film to other films that are important, to other things that have happened. Man-Soo, by contrast, struggles to adjust to his new normal and find another job. All right, so we do have some plot summary here. This is explaining what happens in the movie, but it is putting it into context with other things that the reviewer has seen or how they understand the world, right? That's what analysis is about, okay? It is about making connections. Punctuated by Park's energetically swooping camera work. So here we have an opinion, like how does this director execute their idea energetically, right? There's a comic prelude and a queasy main course, right? These are all opinionated language. No other choice, this is the last paragraph, is easy to admire from one perfectly balanced shot to the next. It is a pleasure to see how Park plays with visual space. All right, so we have here a really, now this is less analysis and more like personal opinion. This is what I thought. Okay, reviews are fun to write, and I hope you enjoy doing it. Thanks.